Good morning, everyone. So, one of the many things that we do for a lot of our clients is we'll take on other projects that are computer network related, and then we'll go from there. It may not be something within our scope of expertise, but it's something that we are capable of doing. With this comes computer security. And so you've heard me say this probably a couple of times, especially when it comes to scammers. If I could drop a small tactical nuke on them, I would do that in a heartbeat, wherever they are. But sometimes legitimate things look like a scam. And this, what I'm about to show you, is a PCI compliance. Now, PCI compliance is for credit cards. So if you're a business and you're taking credit card payments, you're supposed to have a third party independent company scan the security of your network and your computers like once every 3 months to make sure that there is no breaches, and if there is, or if there is a security hole that needs to be fixed, then you can address it and stuff like that. It's really to protect customers and clients' credit card information. And hopefully we're all following the PCI compliance rules that have existed for now a couple of years. I know every year I do my annual PCI compliance continuing education recertification as a part of my job. And so when someone asks me to, put in their PCI compliance stuff, I always do a little bit of research on the company that I'm granting access to these computers. In this particular case, this is a new company I'd not worked with before. Now, if it was someone I had worked with before, and I have a history with, obviously then it wouldn't really be a question. But let me show you this. So this was the initial email that my client had received for PCI compliance. So, and this is through Intech. Apparently they're down by Cincinnati, so on and so forth. But this was their initial email they got on, loading up PCI compliance for their location. And it looks legit, and so on and so forth. And it probably is legit. And I'll show you some things here. But one of the things that struck me as odd for this is the fact that it says WS. If you're looking there, you might have to pause it. I don't even know if I can zoom it in, but let me see. View, motion, slide rule, snap on. No, I can't really zoom it in. But anyways, it says to start, click on this link and it goes for infitech llc.pcicompliance.ws. WS, not .com, not .net, .ws. That kind of struck me as odd. So I did a little bit of digging into this. And like I said, this might be all legit, and it just might be I found a couple of little minor security holes. But this would be something that I do for everyone. If something doesn't look right, I'm going to tell you. So I do a little digging into this Intech company. This is the, when you Google search them, this is what you find. You go to their website, under their contact us, the copyright dates are, current, which is good. They are an accredited member of the BBB, which is good. Their affiliations are with Fifth Third Bank, Wells Fargo. Those are all legit things. This looks good. But going back to that email, that WS just, it's not a U.S. country code. It's not a Canadian country code. So that just really, really bugged me. And the other one that's going to bug me, and I'll show you this too, is, you click here to start the account to go to WS, which is outside of the US, to create a PCI compliance page, which kind of strikes me as odd. But then you're going to a completely different website for an email for support. So again, it kind of struck me as odd. So we're going to go, and there's the WS I'm talking about, and it goes to Samoa. And I would Okay, when I first thought that, I thought it said Somalia. I was like, ooh, that's not really good at all. But it's Samoa. Samoa is in the Pacific Ocean. But still, you're going halfway across the world to do a PCI compliance start. Yeah, just no, it doesn't feel right to me. Like I said, it could be legit, but it just doesn't feel right to me. And so, like I said, then we go back and look at that email address. Remember up here in that email, it says support at. Then we go look at this company, which is where you're sending emails to for support. Now, that's usually a company uses the same domain name. So if you're going with Intech, you would think that their support would be with Intech, but it's not. It's now going through this company. So now I'm really concerned. You know, they're all talking about PCI DSS compliance, which is great. So they're all kind of like in this, but you know, the domain name goes halfway around the world to set up a PCI compliance that comes back to the United States. It's a little odd to me. And so, like I said, and then looking at that email address for support, it goes to this company. And like I said, just it doesn't feel right. It might be completely and totally legit. But again, if it doesn't feel right to me, I've got questions and I need some answers. So if we go over to this company, this Encarta, now there's a big red flag here. This is a PCI compliance company, okay? But they don't even have an SSL socket layer for their website. You know, connection to this might not be private and your passwords could be compromised. Now I'm really concerned. You know, this just baffles me beyond end. So yeah, I will mention all this to my client, but and they'll see this video too. But yeah, that just, and then you look over here, this is the reply I got back, because I did send them an email to that support address because I just wanted to see where it was coming from. So I sent it to the WS, and now it's coming back from this company here through a Microsoft website, but it's coming back through here. And I'm like, yeah. And so I go and look at this. It's Mercatech, Merchant Credit Card Processing. I'm going, okay, they are, you know, an affiliate of Fifth Third in Cincinnati. That's great. So that's all seems legit. But again, now we're bouncing back around, and now this company is located. You know, their website kind of checks out, their phone number checks out, but then they go back to Colorado. I understand the world is all interconnected, but something just it doesn't feel right. I'm sure it's legit, but when you do this type of, and I do this for everyone who asks me to, whether it be an individual who wants me to look at something, or in this case, you know, this is one of my bigger clients. This is, you know, I don't want to say it's $1 million company, but I would say it's pretty close. And so when I'm asked to look at this stuff, you know, and then set it up, especially when it comes to something like this, where people are using their credit cards in this location for this client, you know, 98% of their transactions in their facility are credit card based. And then you see this, you know, and then this, and gives you cause for concern. At least it gives me, so I'm not sure, you know, I'll let the managers and owners of the facility see this also along with everyone else. But I just wanted to point this out, that sometimes, you know, this again will probably all be legit when it's all said and done and the investigation I finished doing checks out. So it'll probably all be legit. However, just from an initial look, you know, and check, this just, especially this is a PCI compliance security company, and they don't even have an SSL socket for their website. That just boggles the mind. That's not to say that this was just overlooked. I mean, I've seen Yahoo and Google forget to renew their security certificates once a year, and it's usually, you know, for a few hours it's unsecure, and then they get the new security certificate and it's fine. But that's just beyond. I'm befuddled. So I'm going to pause installing this as a PCI compliance issue until I get some more information, because like I said, the email comes from this company here, which is a local company. This company here, well, local as in down by Cincinnati, as I showed you, but it's going halfway around the world to Samoa, you know. So you could understand anyone who is in this business who's responsible for network security for clients. This would just this just stands out like a sore thumb. Just something is not right. And so now I'm going to, you know, have to do some other things and secure some information and ensure that things are actually legit, because I would hate to think that I would install this onto a computer system at this client, and then every credit card transaction that goes through there is compromised. No, until I have reassurances and positivities and stuff like that, I'm not doing it. I will find some other way to, you know, validate that the system is. I'll do a penetration test on my own. But yeah, this is, and you know, this is the type of work I do for people. It's not all just fix your computer. You know, sometimes I have to do other things. You know, if you sent me an email and asked me, is this fake? You know, I'll do a little bit of digging into it and tell you yes or no. And I've shown this to you guys before. And like I said, I'm showing this to you now. This one is, like I said, it might be all legit. You know, because that's just, but when you're doing back tracing like this, what they call backlinks, you know, and you're looking at stuff and things aren't quite adding up, it's a cause for concern. Like I said, it may all be legit, but you know, that kind of like strikes me that you're going halfway around the world for PCI compliance, for one, and then you get to this. That just blows my mind that a PCI security company doesn't even have the decency to put an SSL socket layer on their website. Yeah, it just, that amazes me. So, but yeah, I wanted you all to see this, you know, because it's not, like I said, we do more than just fix computers. I mean, if you walked in, the average person, and say, hey, fix my computer, yeah, we'll fix it. But if you got other questions or concerns, or if you're a small business who's, you know, needs to add stuff on and needs the extra layer of security, I mean, I'm not by far a security expert, but I can hold my own. And this is the type of stuff I do on the backside to ensure that your business is safe. And in this case, like I said, I'm sure it's going to be all legit in the end. But again, I've got questions. I need answers. I am not proceeding any further with this project until I have some reassurances, because not only is it a possible threat to everyone who comes in and swipes a credit card, but then that makes my client on the hook for this, because obviously I would have failed in doing my job. And if I would have failed at doing my job, then I look bad. And no, we're not going to play this game. Nope. So I'm going to post this out there. I'm going to make sure everyone gets a nice, good look at this and answer some questions for me, like why. I know my client will not be able to answer these questions, because this is why they hand it off to me to take care of these problems. You know, hey, we're doing this, we're doing that. This is your responsibility, and it becomes my responsibility. So, like I said, PCI compliance for this particular client is one of my responsibilities. And so when I see odd stuff, yeah, that WS, first thing I seen that was, I was like, what the heck? Why am I going outside the country? You know, and then when you get the email reply back from them, where did I put that? There it was. And then it comes from a completely different company. Yeah, something's not right. So I need answers. I need reassurances. I need paperwork. or I will tell my client to break this contract for security reasons, for safety reasons. Because, when you're talking, I don't want to say thousands of credit card transactions a week, but it could be, you know, and this company, their whole purpose is, to not necessarily look at individual transactions, but they're looking for holes. That's what they're being hired to do for PCI compliance, to look for holes and breaches and so on and so forth. And that means they would have access to some of that information as a security check. And yeah, no, it doesn't feel right. So I'm going to let my client know. Of course, it'll get posted up on YouTube also, so everyone can see it, so those appropriate companies can make their responses and answer my questions. And because I want to know, what the heck, why is it set up like this? Why are we doing it this way? I understand a local company being affiliated with the Better Business Bureau. We are too. But just because you're affiliated with Better Business Bureau doesn't mean the people on the backside of you are. It doesn't mean that they're less than reputable. They all could be legit. I don't know. But I've got questions. I've got concerns. And I'm doing this to, like I said, protect me, protect my client, and protect you. So just so you're aware of that. So yeah, other things that we do that you didn't know that we did. So anyways, you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you later. This is coming out today. But if I don't put out videos in time for it, you guys have a great Christmas. Bye-bye.